stare at the four walls and rap like a man in guard. Nice enough to throw a spirit off. Launch JJ, matter of fact, I take that back. So y'all don't fuck with real legends and rap.
Before Kendrick Lamar would be topping charts alongside Taylor Swift in Bad Blood, before MTV named him the hottest MC of 2012, putting him in the same ranks as Lil Wayne, Jay-Z, and Kanye West, when Kendrick was 8, Dr. Dre and Tupac, they were shooting California Love just 2 blocks from his home. He recalls his father taking him and sitting on his shoulders as he watched the shoot. Growing up, his parents, well, they had never graduated high school, and Kendrick was a bit of an outsider amongst his cousins and peers because they were all in gangs and he was a keener who always kept his nose in his books. My name is Michael McCrudden and welcome to Before They Are Famous, documenting the life of Kendrick Lamar prior to fame, here for you before they're famous. Also, this one came from the suggestions from the subscribers, so be sure to let me know, guys, who you want to hear about next.
Kill him, wait, stand over him, shake his hand, then jump back in that minivan, double back to his block and blam. I ain't backing down for nothing. I'ma back him down like Shaq with his black 223 in my hand.
Kendrick Lamar Duckworth was born in Compton in 1987 to a family heavily involved in gang culture. His father had been part of Chicago's infamous gangster Disciples, and his attempts to leave that life were defeated. That's because when the family relocated to Compton, they found that that area too was gang polluted and this one flooded with crack culture. These kind of things happened because it was the 80s in LA. Yeah, bad time. Now Kendrick's parents set out on a path to raise their children right, so they started working regular jobs. But Kendrick's uncles and many of his cousins, they were still caught up in gang culture involved with the Bloods and the Crips. He lost one uncle who got shot and he had various cousins who went to prison. Kendrick was a gifted student who enjoyed writing initially short stories, later poems, which then developed into lyrics. His parents and extended family soon took notice and they began investing in his talents by shielding him from gang life. He was thought of a good kid with a lot of potential to become something and do something with his life, so everyone kind of helped him out. Now he did get into some trouble. At one point he committed a robbery, and at another point he was hanging out with gangs, but his interest in music, it kept him grounded. When Kendrick was 8 years old back in 1995, Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg chose to film their music video California Love in Compton, and Kendrick remembers being there on his father's shoulders watching the show. Now Kendrick was enrolled in Compton Centennial High School, which is the same school Dr. Dre was enrolled in many years before. He started rapping at the age of 13 officially under the name K-Dot. He decided he not only wanted to be good, but he wanted to be the best, so then he started studying the greats. At the age of 16 in 2003, he circulated a mixtape called Youngest Head Nigga in Charge, which drew a lot of interest in his native Southern California and beyond. He also landed himself an audition with Anthony Tippett, the founder of Top Dog Entertainment. Now at first Anthony ignored Kendrick, but then he started freestyling non-stop for 2 hours until he got a deal with the label. He went on to release 2 other acclaimed mixtapes, Training Day in 2005 and C4 in 2009, working with other up-and-coming West Coast rappers like J-Rock, Ab-Soul, and Schoolboy Q. Together these 4 formed their own rap collective known as Black Hippie. In 2010, Kendrick decided to drop K-Dot and use his own name. Then he put out his 4th mixtape known as Overly Dedicated, and then following that, he had his first album, which was titled Section 80. Kendrick continued writing music and lyrics and continued to tour and collaborate with more popular recording artists such as Young Jeezy the Game, Busta Rhymes, and Lil Wayne. Dr. Dre and Kendrick eventually crossed paths, and the doctor decided to take young Kendrick under his arm to be both his music and his business mentor. He also signed him to Aftermath Records. In October of 2012, Lamar's highly anticipated major label debut album, Good Kid, Mad City, was released to wide acclaim. And when he came into money, he didn't spend a whole lot on himself. Instead, he bought a house for the family and he sent his younger brother to college. And the rest of the story, well, you know the story because this is Before They're Famous.